But Omotosho should not forget that there's a God in heaven, that's watching over everything we do here on earth. And what there's a God of justice. Whether this is being planned with whoever, you know, whoever, whether the federal government or whosoever, there's a God in heaven that sees all things, that sees all things. Although somebody was saying it before even sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to, life in prison. That what there's a plan, you know, just like what happened to Ken Sauriwa, that there's a plan to send Nnamdi Kanu to life in prison or to death sentence. There's a plan. He said he's been getting information that all these have been premeditated and they've already finished work as regards, naming Nnamdi Kanu or sentencing him to life in prison. Let's see what happened, because although we had the like of Aledgely coming out yesterday to say that they are currently, he has activated a diplomatic and political, you know um agreement with the FG to begin is their plan to release Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, he said so. So they started that. People wahala don't deal because it was alleged that Omotosho, escaped, an assassination attempt on his life. But it's as if this news um was a crafted one. A lot of people want, they bash Omotosho left and right because of him sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life in prison. But although we hear everything Omotosho talk, he talk say, if not for God, if not for saying be Christian, say would have sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life in prison. Sorry, to sentence him to death. But because he's a Christian, he will not do that. So the report came in that Omotosho escaped assassination attempt by Whisker. But Omotosho has come out to cry out now. He said, I am not dead though. Nobody will won't kill me. Say, they are alive. He's alive. He's ill and healthy. He's with his family. He said nothing they happen. He said nothing they happen. Motoshe said nothing they happen. That is currently moving freely. He's doing the things that normal or a sensible person should be doing. So that's what he's saying. But according to, let's read this news. The Federal High Court dismisses report of assassination attempt on Omotosho. We hereby firmly and declare that the said report is completely false and unfounded. The Federal High Court says the report that Jose Omotosho survived an assassination attempt following the life sentence passed on Nnamdi Kanu is fake. The news agency of Nigeria NAN report that a blogger had reported on his Facebook page that Mr. Motosho survived as an assassination attempt early Saturday morning, just after handing down the same life sentence to Nnamdi Kanu. According to the report, Omotosho was immediately rushed to a hospital. Security forces, scrambled to secure the area, but reacting to this, the chief registrar of the Federal High Court, Suleiman Hassan, in his statements made available to journalists on Sunday morning, said the report was untrue. The statement is titled "Rebuttal to False Publication" by celebrity blogger. The statement is titled "Rebuttal to False Publication" by celebrity blogger on alleged assassination attempt on Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court. It is the attention of the Federal High Court has been drawn to a publication by celebrity blogger alleging that Honorable Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, survived an assassination attempt following the life sentence imposed on Kanu. We hereby formally declare that the said report is completely false and unfounded. The public is advised to treat this publication as fake news and refrain from further dissemination to prevent the spread of misinformation. Mr. Hassan therefore called on relevant authorities agency to launch an investigation into what the report with a view to arresting and prosecuting the culprits in line with the law. Given the gravity of the report, which has the potential to cause panic and undermine confidence in judicial system, possibly intended as a form of intimidation, we call on relevant security agency and regulatory authorities to conduct a thorough investigation. the goal being to identify and apprehend the perpetrators responsible for this false report and prosecute them in accordance with the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, particularly those relating to cybercrime, defamation, and public misinformation. Now report that Mr. Omotosho had on Thursday sentenced Kanu to life imprisonment after he was found guilty of 7-count terrorism offense. The judge sentenced him to life in prison in relation to count 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, which carry the death sentence each. For count 3, relating to the offense of belonging to a proscribed terrorist group, Mr. Omotosho sentenced him to 20 years imprisonment without an option of fine. On count 7, bordering on his lawful importation of radio transmitter for the purpose of furthering the clan-slide activities of Radio Biafra, which is not registered in Nigeria. The judge sentenced him to 5 years imprisonment without an option of fine. He, however, said that to extend the mercy on the defendant, count 3, 7 would run concurrently. The judge, who noted that Mr. Kanu had been unruly all through the trial, said the law allowed the court to sentence him to death for terrorism offense. But he, the judge, as a Christian, chose to be merciful to the defendant, citing Matthew 23 verse 23. Justice Omotosho equally considered the allocators made by Obi Agucha, representing Umaya North of Abia in National Assembly, on Mr. Kanu's behalf. He ordered that the IPOB leader be kept in protective custody in any part of the country, but not in Kuje Correctional Center, Abuja, and that the radio transmitter, to be forfeited to the federal government. Besides, the judge ordered that Mr. Kanu, while in custody, should be exempt from making use of digital device to prevent him from further incitement. He heard that if Mr. Kanu must make use of digital device, this must be closely monitored by the Office of the National Security Advisor. The judge heard that regarding other exhibit found with Kanu, the State Security SSS, the prosecuting agency to bring an application for forfeiture of the federal government after the expiration of 90 days of appeal. Mr. Omotosho described Mr. Kanu's conduct as unruly behavior, said the defendant was not remorseful. I have no hesitation to conclude that the defendant has tendency of violence and it has not left him, the judge had said. So Omotosho is, is coming and say that Nnamdi Kanu should be moved to another correctional facility, and that Nnamdi Kanu was behaving, unruly in court, but you should know that Nnamdi Kanu is emotional, is pain that that's what he has passed through in the last 10 years of his life. Him being kidnapped by the Kenya government and being brought down here to Nigeria, being beaten, he's pained. That's why he was reacting the way he was reacting. And at the same time, he's saying that Nnamdi Kanu must not use any digital device in the correctional facilities in prison. That if he is to do so, that he must dialogue with the NSA, office, that's the National Security Advisor office, before he is permitted to do or use the internet. And maybe just because of we saw Nnamdi Kanu wrote to Trump the other day before going to court last week. We know that he wrote to Donald Trump as regards this his court travail in Nigeria here, and at the same time, Omotosho also talked as regards the radio transmitter that was brought in illegally. He said it was brought in illegally by Nnamdi Kanu. But the radio transmitter is not a bomb, nor an harmful device or a gun that can kill. So, him saying that Nnamdi Kanu brought radio transmitter illegally to the country, I don't think that should be the problem, because the insecurity in Nigeria still continues, and all the broadcasts that Nnamdi Kanu made was there in United Kingdom. That's why Nnamdi Kanu was so angry, was telling him that let Omotosho tell him the law on the basis on which he's being judged with. Yes. He said so. Show me the law that you are using to judge me.
Yes, I'll give it to her because I think she's a bit
but
judgment.
I want to
let the whole world understand something.
Of all these
very,
that
very
Nnamdi Kanu was asking for.
In all this is
said,
of
just like I said, Nnamdi Kanu should be rejected.
He made it very clear that even the impartiality
incitement
of the judge
is Nnamdi Kanu can incite another,
and
is Nnamdi Kanu the problem of Nigeria? No.
Where is the please do better?
That's not the problem of Nigeria.
It says it here. What is it? What is that again?
Is not the problem of Nigeria.
Where it says all these things are online. Is it on page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that journalists in this country actually take the time to do some basic research.
Today again,
it's not difficult. Just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me. They kept switching the charges.
And as I'm talking to you,
they said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? I made a broadcast in England.
For there to be
and in 9 charges leveled against me. This place where I committed this crime was London.
And the point that they wasted.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed. Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196.
Well, that's not what we are getting in Nigeria.
Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible?
All the Nnamdi
Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Wow.
I'm a filtrado. Why? We are doing a little we are calling it. There are no one. Didn't you that? Tell me, you can along and young girl could have a team. I can't go there I know. I can wait on a dagger. Chikon Giantin, I enter a banana chok, a maroon.
When it comes to Fulani issues, the security of this nation, they turn their face away. But when it comes to us, with their 2 eyes, with their whole ammunition, tanks, they will invade our village.
Igbo, stay away. Igbo, stay in your houses. You'll be used as an scapegoat. They will target you and they will waste you. Igbos, we have died enough. Our blood has filled the street enough. Allow those who feel they can do it, let them go and do it. We'll be strong enough. For this protest, let us be weak. Now, let those ones who are strong, let them stand on the streets. Igbos, be weak now to sit at home. If there's any sit at home that will be effective, not the one you have done on Mondays, let it be the one that will happen at this protest. As one of the leaders of this country, as one of the leaders from the southeastern region, that you love and you have confidence in, I am telling you, if you have never shown weakness before, let it be shown now. Igbos, we have shown strength in civil war. We have shown strength in agitation. We have shown strength in fighting for IPOB and Masob and all the rest of them. In sitting at home, please be weak now. Because they were looking for opportunity to slaughter you. Sit at
execute the Sharia law in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And at the same time, we saw a lot of Fulanis, invading, Imo State just recently. And with the likes of Abaribe have come out to say that no to Sharia. Say any means of the Tinubu government imposing Sharia and the Fulanis imposing Sharia will result to civil war. But this time we saw what happened in the US Congress yesterday. Donald Trump is saying that what no to Sharia. He has said it. He said he has said it time and time again. And the US Congress now and the US government are saying that no Sharia law must be banned. I agree with the US government finally coming out to ban Sharia law, even though if the Muslim or the Fulanis are thinking that what Nnamdi Kanu has finally been taken out of the way.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remain one and the only, my very self Biafran evangelist, the AKA Benjamin Johnson. Is this not? I remember humble son. I will continue to add the point of view. Yeah, yesterday, you know what happened yesterday, and that have been the plan, the game plan of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and J.Omotosho getting with a Nigerian Fulanis. See, the agenda was to do what? To Fulanize Nigeria and to impose Sharia law. The former president of Nigeria, in person of Olusegun Obasanjo, have already said it that once they take out Igbos, they will Fulanize Nigeria. That Igbos are the problem, which Muhammadu Buhari, when he was alive, he said his problem are the Igbos, for them to achieve their goals and their dream. You understand? And that's why they attack the IPOB a terrorist, because we are terrorizing their agenda. We are disagreeing with their evil agenda and their evil conquest. And now they see that the only one man now that is standing so vigorously against the agenda is Nnamdi Kanu. And J.Omotosho being the element which they use now to sentence Nnamdi Kanu. And they believe now that by removing Nnamdi Kanu in the name of life imprisonment is an opportunity for them to take advantage of the Southeast and impose their stupid law. And let me tell you again, that is why immediately the pronouncement of a life sentence because the US Congress, they are holding a meeting with the UN regarding what is going on in Nigeria, the genocide, remember. So immediately they made that pronouncement on Nnamdi Kanu. They themselves give their message instantly. They report to Nigeria that that pronouncement is unjustful, is uncalled for. It was illegal, that it was against the law. Because the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, commented instantly that where is the foundation of the law of this pronouncement? That any pronouncement that have no foundation in the constitution shouldn't have been used against somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, because he's fighting for his own, for freedom of the people, which everybody have the right to do that. You understand? And you see the Fulani man who have killed people severally. He was given how many years? You understand? They gave him 5 years. But a man that just not even in Nigerian soil, but outside the country, and he was brought into this country illegally. Yet he was given life imprisonment. That is to tell you, this is a game plan that they planned and plotted already, settled with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Fulanis to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu voice and is silent, in order, because according to their belief, that once they silent Kanu, they have silent the Biafrans, the Igbos. But quite unfortunate that the US government immediately sanctioned them with a serious warning that they dare not impose their Sharia on the Biafran people, on the Biafran land, more especially because that Biafran people, Biafran side of Nigeria, are nothing but the Christians. So because everybody have rights to worship anything you want to worship, so you cannot force people to worship what you are worshiping or to believe in your own faith. You understand? That is why the government rose up that yesterday and debunked that. And take a look at what, if you watch what happened, immediately they made that pronouncement. Over 500 Fulanis on bike heading directly to Imo State. Check the video, you will see what is happening there. Do you understand? They were heading to Imo State because they believe that they have conquered, and their conquest will the opportunity they have been looking for is already being given to them, and hope Uzodinma being the element imposed on Imo State, the indigenous people of Biafra in Imo land, now is standing there as a gate pass for them to pass through to go achieve their dreams. But glory be to God that the man himself, the government of America, have debunked that, which definitely they themselves will not succeed over their evil agenda that they have planned against Nnamdi Kanu. That made Omotosho to make that nonsense pronouncement on Nnamdi Kanu using a repealed law that does not exist, law that doesn't have foundation on the constitution of the land, to pass that judgment. So we are standing and we are waiting.
Well, although we've not, as regards, we saw, just like you said, so many Fulanis invading Imo State with their bike during the daytime. So many, and a lot of people are complaining that do these people have, a plan, to carry out there in Imo State? And would you advise for people to protect themselves this period? Because just like you said, they feel the Kanu has been taken out. They feel that the Southeast might be, at peace again. And do you think that's why? Do you think that the security agency should be, trying to see as regards the plan of the Fulani finally invading Imo State?
When you are talking about security agencies, you are not. I hope you are not talking about Nigerian security agencies, because there is no difference between Nigerian security agencies and the Fulanis, because it's the same thing. They are working in hand to hand. Watching a video, go to you see them. You see those soldiers in Imo State, the same Imo State to be precise. The same Nigerian soldiers are arresting and collecting money from the people of the Imo, collecting money from them, dancing them up if they want for them to pass and go for their businesses. But the Boronu, look at Plateau, Taraba and Co. See what is going on there. They cannot go there. You understand? So anything you made mention of security, you are still mentioning Nigeria. And when you made mention of Nigeria, you're talking about the Fulani security. And that because they are the one in Nigeria. Nigerian army is nothing. Nigerian army is not different from the Fulanis. They are not different from Boko Haram. They are not different from ISWAP. Do you hear what I say? There is no difference between them. So what you are seeing is what Abaribe have already said it.
Can this lead to civil war if the Sharia law is being imposed on this? Just like
my brother,
he said, if it's
there will be crisis.
Or do you think that Abaribe have an intelligence, report? That's why he's coming out to speak out. And I said,
Abaribe has been speaking before now. He has been speaking.
No, as regards the Sharia
He's
law,
a man that I know. He's a man that I love very much. You understand? And he has been speaking the truth, standing on the side of truth, standing with the Nnamdi Kanu. He has never for one day compromised. You understand? So he has aired the point, and we don't need to deliberate much on it, because the message is clear. You cannot impose Sharia on me because I know it not. So let your Sharia remain among you people that know what it is. No wonder Nigeria is running Muslim tickets, because they have a jihadist ideology and a jihadist agenda to be carried out and to be fulfilled by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You understand? And that is why he moved the motion and tell Omotosho to use the law that does not exist against Nnamdi Kanu, believing and thinking that for them removing him on the way will pave way for them to Islamize Nigeria fully, according to his contract agreement which he signed with Muhammadu Buhari and the Fulanis, including the UK government.
but a lot of people have said there can never be two laws in Nigeria, because they said one law is what they said Sharia law is one of the laws that is being used or wanting to be used in Nigeria. Another law is the law, being governed by the constitution. But from what we can see, do you think that there's this Islamic agenda truly to Islamize Nigerians, most importantly the Christians in the Southeast and the Middle Belt?
They already started the conquest. They have already started their evil criminal activities. You can see the killing. Go and check the killing, even in Taraba. Go Niger State now, as I speak to you. Do you know how many people that they have killed? Do you know how many that they have kidnapped? Even in Niger State, in Taraba, not only apart from the recent Kwara and the one of Kebi, I'm talking about Taraba now and Niger. Yes. As I speak, even as at yesterday, when the court case was going on of Nnamdi Kanu, they were busy killing. Didn't you hear, like 3 days ago, didn't you hear about the general that was killed, murdered by these Iswa people? And they came out officially and openly announced it, General Uba. Didn't you see it? Which I'm using this opportunity. He who have ear, let him hear. All of you that are the Igbos that are in Nigerian military, it is high time you resign, or else don't blame anybody, because you will be the scapegoat. They are going to use. I've said it before that why they are telling the Igbos to join the military is because they want to use that opportunity to unalive Igbos. And I'm telling you now, you can see the general Obana that they kill. What has Nigerian army do? Waiting Nigerian Republic government, Tinubu government, waiting they don't do for this general where they kill. Waiting they don't do. When I'm talking, some people may be commenting and saying this man doesn't know the Obana that they kill. What have Nigeria do? Both to the army, both to the government. What have they done? Nothing. Nothing. That is to tell you you are the scapegoat. That is